Hello and welcome back to This or That, presented by Verizon with Kobe and Dash. And we have got a banger for you today because we are into finals weekend.
Finals week, baby. Top 3. Let's go.
All right, let's get right into it. Slide number 1. What do we have here? Who is facing FlyQuest? This is a straight up prediction slide.
Yeah. Okay. This is really tough because so many people didn't even expect that FlyQuest would be the final boss, right? But I am going to go ahead and put my faith in Team Liquid, our top team from the regular split. While TSM has improved over the course of playoffs, they haven't necessarily won with any significant, I don't know what the right word is, like gap over their opponent that necessarily leads me to believe they're going to come in and smash a team that is as consistent as TL or even FlyQuest. Honestly, I just think stylistically FlyQuest and TL are going to be stone walls against what TSM has to bring.
To me, it feels like in the last matchup for Team Liquid, their stone wall just started showing holes all over the place. and FlyQuest was like, yeah, boom, boom, punching holes all over it. So I was right with you with the Team Liquid evaluation until that series. And it feels like the scrim partners coming into last weekend of playoffs were TSM and FlyQuest, and then Team Liquid and Cloud9. And it feels like the Team Liquid Cloud9 side had a little bit off read on the meta and a bit slower. And I don't know.
Is this a prediction? Are you predicting TSM here, Kobe?
Because the entire season, the whole rest of the season, if you ever showed me this slide at a different time, James, I would say Team Liquid for sure.
Yep.
But going into it right now, after those last 2 series, honestly, I feel like TSM have been getting a lot of momentum, and their read on the meta right now with the junglers, with the top laners, they have decided what to do with their bottom lane now as well. You know, with Senna and Ashe AD carry supportive style. I'm gonna throw my vote over that way, I guess.
Wow. All right. Well, we're split here. We're split.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Slide number 2. Let's get to it.
Let's see what's that.
More shocking. Cloud9 eliminated. That is just crazy to me. FBX eliminated. Okay, previous world winners get eliminated a decent amount of the time.
I was going to say, we've seen that before.
Yeah, it actually happens a lot. But Cloud9 dominated so heavily this whole year. 35-2 their start for all of spring and through half of summer. That one for sure is more shocking.
Yeah, clearly we're biased because we spend more time around this region. But again, considering the regional dominance, I'm 100% with you, and it's exacerbated by the fact we didn't get to see them at MSI and now eliminated from World's contention. Just wild, but definitely Cloud9. That's an easy one.
It's crazy. For the FBX one also, I heard some stuff like Zilean had some medical issues, like wrist issues and stuff too. So that gave
C9's was just a total collapse too, right? Like it was, like you can explain that away. There's maybe an injury and some other stuff. C9's is just total collapse by the team. So oh well.
All right, slide number 3.
Oh, better rookie playoff performance. This is really tough. Spica tactical.
Honestly, though, even though I chose TSM, Tactical is just literally that one game, saving the game 4 to push them to.
Oh, God, that game alone.
I gotta say Tactical. Tactical had, even if he was not a rookie, even if he was one of the world champions on Team Liquid and he has that play, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it was Tactical. He dodges all these skill shots. He just fight after fight, he wins them with Kalista. For sure, I gotta go Tactical.
I would venture a guess I would be willing to say that base defense is top 3 LCS plays all time. Considering the stakes as well, and like not only the play itself, but considering the stakes and the pressure of the moment, and then the fact that he's a rookie, that makes that one of the all-time most impressive plays ever made in the LCS, bar none, I would say. So I'm with you. It's got to be Tactical.
Yeah, I mean that was bringing me back to MSI with CLG kind of vibes coming back, super minions swarming everywhere. That got me so hyped. All right, next slide. Ooh, macro call is just what they're.
So you just you give up the first 2 drakes.
I think it's supposed to be better macro call.
Right. Which call are you making? Right. So are you going to give up the drakes to get gold, or are you going to take the Drakes? I mean, look, the way the meta currently is, obviously this is going to be very determined by team comp, right?
Because 100% is all determined by
yeah, like, can we fight for the 2 Drakes? Is it reasonable to do so? Are we hard smashing lanes because we need the gold to hit those certain item spikes to then take over the next Drake fights? Like, obviously there's a ton that can play into this, but because we're not giving team comps, Kobe, I'm going to go with secure the first 2 Drakes, because time and time again, we have seen games decided by soul point, or not even by securing the soul point, but the fight that is forced at soul point. And so I think for the purposes of this slide, I'm going to go the way of the win con of soul point and say, hey, start stacking those early.
Okay, so the rushing Drakes soul point 1 is for your more early game oriented team comps. The give up first 2 Drakes and making gold is when you're scaling and you don't have the team fight to win the fight on Dragon. It's way better to go for the gold. I love these Herald plays that for top side, you're just trying to camp up there. Maybe you have a carry top laner. That's why you're camping top side. You get him the entire, couple turret plates off with some ganks, and then you get Riptail to take the whole turret. I love that strategy. I mean, again, these are so much determined by the champions in the game.
Kobe's having an aneurysm. As a color caster right now, Kobe's like, I can't handle this. There's not enough context.
I'm like, I really enjoy the change of pace when we see teams drafting and playing according to their draft with this style of choosing the gold and not being forced into these dragon fights. Because again, coming off of recent games where we just saw the Team Liquid versus FlyQuest, and Team Liquid keeps going to these objectives. They went to like every objective, whether they were stronger or weaker, and they kind of muddled around and failed in a lot of these objective fights. And that was one of the big reasons why FlyQuest would take advantage. So I'm going to go with the give up first 2 Drakes to make gold.
I might venture a guess to say that this is the first ever this or that slide that doesn't have an answer. Ladies and gentlemen, play to your comps, win conditions here. Make Kobe a proud man, by not just blindly going towards a singular win condition. Think about it.
I like it, James.
All right.
Let's tell him. Think about it.
All right.
Bjergsen Zilean, ban it or prepare a counter pick. I'm going to go with ban it.
Yeah, that feels like the easy response.
I like easy, James. Yeah. The last one was too hard for me. I'm done for the day, honestly. For every slide now, I'm just instantly answering.
What even is a counter pick to Zilean? How do you counter pick Zilean?
I mean, you either want, I would generally say longer range control mages that can outrange him and push him. Because Zilean really struggles with the early CS. Unless you're Bjergsen and somehow like he's gotten really good at with the clock bench rockets that he's throwing out. And he's somehow is getting so many CS with the bombs as well. It is usually easy to try and force him to lose CS and try and get like a push and roam or something like that.
Yeah.
Assassins I would stay away from, because unless you are really good at it and you have jungle pressure and you're like forcing his ultimate cooldown out, and then
and then you capitalize on it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it makes your whole team comp kind of awkward, because then when you get to the team fight phase, you're an assassin versus Zilean. And
see, I think this is the main reason why I think your answer of ban it is correct, is because trying to find a counter pick sounds like, in a lot of cases, I'm sure there are some meta counter picks, things that would be serviceable into Zilean, but in a lot of cases, trying to find a counter pick ends up warping what the rest of your team needs to do. If you're looking for one specific champion to counter another champion and it isn't meta, well then, hey, everyone else has to change their play around it. That's going to take a lot more time to learn than just saying, put it on the ban table, get a meta matchup that we're comfortable with, and play through that. So, I mean, I would say, yeah, if you don't have something at the ready, definitely just ban it. Although we've seen banning doesn't work against Bjergsen, so maybe that's bad advice.
Fair enough. All right.
Who knows?
Next slide. What do we got here?
Ooh, I like this one. It's a triple, this, that, or the other thing. Best ADC remaining, Turtle, Tactical, or Doublelift. I mean, we had that slide earlier talking about Tactical's man mode play in the base, and honestly, almost that's enough for me to say that in this exact moment, Tactical still is the best remaining ADC in the league. I think I'm gonna say that. I think it's tactical.
He's been really, really good. I do think that Turtle has performed extremely well, and because of the meta for AD carries right now, where there is a ton of Senna and Ashe, I don't think it gets as much credit as like, oh my god, Kalista got through, Tactical's playing Kalista, and you can just lifesteal tank, and that archetype of a lifesteal tank is a 1v9 archetype champion. Plus he had Zilean on his team. So
yeah, he was set up, right?
I'm just saying that I think Turtle needs some credit, so we have to put that out there, even if you're going to choose tactical. And I'm even going to throw mine at Turtle because so that everybody remembers. Credit where credit is due.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, tactical's been a monster, man. Watching this kid develop over the years, it's just been so exciting. Yeah. I'm super into it.
All right, next one. Bot lane mages. Are they completely dead or still viable?
I like the image for completely derealized bot lane mages. Yeah, little SpongeBob memes. Love it.
They're still viable. Yeah, I would say they're still viable. We haven't seen them in so long.
What do you think? What do you think are the viable? I mean, you think Syndra is still a pickable mage in the bot lane?
I still like Cassiopeia. So Syndra got a lot of nerfs. I still like Cassiopeia, especially if you do have things that like Miasma are super effective against. Cassiopeia to me is still a super strong, scaling AP like machine gun style mage. It might be difficult right now in the current meta, but I would say viable. So
yeah, I guess in my head I'm thinking like, I don't know, with things like Kalista, Caitlyn, those long, like either really dominant early game stuff or just long range things like Caitlyn. I feel like
there's a lot of stuff.
Exactly. Right. So I'm like, all of a sudden, I like the advantage of a mage against the Caitlyn would typically be in a solo lane. Hey, I'm leveling a little bit faster, so I'm gonna get to one shot threat a little quicker. In the bot lane, you're struggling to get to that point because you're the same level as the opponent ADC. So that's where I struggle with it right now, just because of the way the ADC meta's changed.
I'm still going to stay viable because I want to keep people's minds open to other strategies. I want to see stuff like a Veigar plus, another stun in bottom lane.
I think Ziggs could still be an option because of safe farming and wave clear, to your point, of Veigar. So I could see something like a Ziggs Lux bot lane being really oppressive in terms of poke. Also, I will call out Heimerdinger because that guy's a menace, and I believe he's always viable because no one knows how to play against that champion.
And the biggest part about when bot lane mages are viable is, are there solo lane attack damage champions that are prominent in the meta? And right now there are. Lucian mid, Lucian top lane is super, super powerful. Totally. So there are attack damage solo laners that you can use to complement your bot lane. Boom, we got
you heard it here first. We just defined the new meta. Let's go. Worlds is going to be defined by mages in the bot lane.
Next one is Silver Scrapes. Do you love it or do you hate it?
There's only one answer. This shouldn't even have a second option on the slide. If you don't love Silver Scrapes, are you really a League of Legends like esports fan? What's going on?
Also, are we dating ourselves with originally Silver Scrapes was 2012, 2013?
2012, because it was season 2 Worlds, right?
Yeah, so it has been a long time, and I could definitely see some of the newer fans being like, where did this come from? Where is it? Like,
why is this?
It's a Bee-Boo song. Okay, I get it, I guess. What's going on? Everyone else is like, nostalgia!
Yeah! That song slaps, man. It'll forever slap.
It holds
Whatever.
Up.
It does. I love it.
Love it. Let's go. We're done.
Love it. Easy peasy. There it is. And you know what? No. Well? Here, let's leave it on this. I hope we get Silver Scrapes this weekend in both of our series. Let's go the distance.
Preach. Let's go. 2 more 5-game series. We'll get into it this weekend. Please tune in. It's going to be good.